Hello, welcome to Tea with the President, a segment where I get to sit down with President Naokimi Yoshie and talk about last week, how it went, what was good, what was bad, what was ugly, what we're looking forward to in the next week. You know, sip some tea, although I have water today. Maybe spill some tea. We have tea.
Yes, well,
We have tea.
I have a teacup.
Yes. So this is just a casual conversation between the two of us. And then, of course, you, the audience, if you have a question for President Naokimi or myself, please feel free to put them in the comments. Yeah, how are you, President Naokimi?
I'm good. You, however, look a little bit different than usual. Not sure what it is, Yoshie.
Yes. Okay. Well, one, I'm wearing lipstick.
Oh, that's what it
That's
is.
probably what it is.
Yeah.
I actually really love wearing lipstick, but because of the pandemic, it's been just kind of, one, I don't leave the house very often. So no need to wear lipstick on that account. And then two, when you're wearing a face mask all the time, either nobody gets to see your lipstick or it gets all smudged and like totally messy. And so like just really not a good idea on all accounts.
Sure.
But I got to go to the Renaissance Fair in Pennsylvania today with my sisters. And so it was all outside. And I took the opportunity. I seized it finally after 2 years.
It looks great, Yoshie.
Thank you.
Means that the lipstick companies must have had a big hit during COVID, huh?
I don't know. I probably. I'm sure that there are people who maybe put it on to feel nice around the house.
Yeah.
I wish I was one of those people.
Yeah, but I noticed like this past year, I didn't spend much on clothes or shoes or much because they just didn't go out as much. So.
Yeah. I'm staying at a hotel kind of close to the Renaissance Fair. And so I'm in the lobby right now, actually. And so if there's rattling, of like suitcases going by, I apologize in advance.
I should be good. I'm in my bedroom. I got kicked out of my office by my son, so
we're all in new locations today for tea.
Yeah. New episode.
Well, so I guess let's go ahead and jump in.
Yep, let's do it.
What is a highlight of last week for you?
Let's see. This past week. Well, I did have lunch with Dr. Young in the city. It's been a little while. We had kind of a Trinity lunch and had my favorite kimchi jjigae meal. So yeah, that was nice. And then what else this week? Some of my meetings this week were really inspiring, and I'll go into that more when we go into developments. And oh yeah, my son got the results back from his SAT score, and he did well. So I was proud of him as a dad. And so we went out for some ramen. So that was a nice way to kind of end the week.
That's great. Wow, sounds like a lot of good things happened.
Yeah.
SATs. I remember those days.
Yeah, I dropped him off 2 weeks ago, and I was like a little bit worried. I mean, he looked like he just rolled out of bed. He's like, it's cold outside. He's in shorts and a t-shirt, and waiting on a line with high school students all getting into the high school. And I was just like, he didn't eat breakfast. I'm like, but anyway, didn't phase him, so it was fine.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I remember the summer before I took my SATs, my mom wanted me to study 4 hours a day. Yeah. Yeah.
I tried to encourage my
It's
son to do
hard.
that, but
Yeah. Yeah. I lived next door to another blessed family, and I went next door because one of the girls was in my same grade, so we would study together. But like I can't tell you exactly how much studying happened because
you were
he was
studying
one of my
together.
best friends. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But anyway, glad to hear that he did well, and
Yeah.
that you had some other kind of exciting things happen this week as well that we will go into later, and that you got to have kimchi jjigae.
It's my second favorite. My first favorite is sashimi,
Mm.
and then second favorite meal is kimchi jjigae.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so I went into the city for a meeting, and there was kimchi jjigae, and you.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you're talking about?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. Okay.
That is the
Okay,
one.
just putting into perspective. Great. Cool. Okay. What was challenging then about this week?
This was, yeah, I think it was another week. Like preparing for the sermon was a bit of a challenge again this week. I don't know what it is. Like, I think just starting on it late, or being busy on Saturday, I think that affects it. But I just don't like staying up late. But so far, past few weeks, I've been staying up late on
Oh no.
Saturday night
Okay.
preparing. So, but I thought it went well. So even though it was challenging, usually on Sunday, I thought the sermon went well. So I was happy with how that went.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, still kind of working on getting my daughter to go to school on time. It's one of those things where, yeah, she's 13, so a lot of what do you call that? I mean, you would probably know better than me, Yoshie, but just going through transitions in life, and so a lot of moods that she may not even be aware of controlling and stuff. So I'm trying to be understanding, but certain things, like both me and my wife, we never struggled with going to school. It was just a given,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's perplexing to us. Like, how do we deal with that? Um,
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was a challenge. And then right now we're also in preparing for a next phase for my dad. So we're trying to think continuing care at the facility or moving on. So yeah, that's been taking up a little bit of mind space and a little bit of stress with my wife and my mom. So,
Right.
um, but I'm hopeful. I think we'll work something out this coming week. So I'm hopeful.
So family things all around.
Yeah, I think that's been a challenge. Work-wise, yeah, it's been more inspiring. I mean, we'll get into that,
Yeah.
but there's different things that I see happening that is very hopeful. So,
Right. Right. Were you able to get your hours down to 50 hours this week?
that is a good question. I think I can tell you if you give me 30 seconds. I keep track of my hours every day, and I keep it pretty accurate. So that's how I can tell you exactly how many hours I worked this week. So the answer to that question is 45 plus 18, 60, 73.
Okay. So nowhere
So
near
not
50.
quite.
Not 80,
Yeah, not quite. But it was
but it was
knowing that I'm
like
working
worthwhile.
towards it. Like I have a vision to get there, that's what's exciting.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna go through some of the comments really quick. We had a couple of people respond to the lipstick conversation.
Oh, okay.
And Marie said, "Yes, true, Yoshie." And I think I was talking about the mask
Got
and the
it.
lipstick. Mona says that I look very pretty. Thank you, Mona. And then Akemi says, "I got new lipstick last week. I haven't bought it for two years, and I feel a little different. So I feel the same as Yoshie." Yeah. And then we have Jennifer says, "True Japanese, loving sashimi first."
Jennifer's on. Wow, it's
Yes.
been a while.
Happy to have you, Jennifer.
Yeah, we just had a session, District 13 meeting for 90 minutes. But,
I just got off a call with Subregion 2.
okay.
Yeah. Training, social media training.
Very cool.
Marianne says, "I loved your heartfelt sermon today." And then Jennifer seconded that thought. And so did Akemi. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And Gregory Davis says, "These kids have so much influencing them from many angles with technology. Lots of distractions." About your daughter.
Yeah. Yep. Although we have been limiting it, but there's pain and pleasure that motivates people. There's only so much I can take away, and then it's like, what else can I do, kind of feeling. But anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll give you an update next week.
Got it. Okay, so then what are some key developments that happened this week?
Yeah, a lot of things happened this week in terms of work. Had a UTS board meeting. Yeah, very hopeful actually. There's a lot of under Dr. Ward's leadership and his team.
I created the annual report for that.
Oh yeah, you did?
I did the design for it.
Oh, awesome.
It was a busy week last week. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have more students than they've ever had in the past decade or so, and a lot of new developments. So that was exciting. Also, I met with GPA and their plan for their mission overseas with the Chongyokuk mission program. Looks like that's getting ready, and as early as next month, there'll be 3 teams will be heading over to Europe. So that's a new page in the development for that project.
Oh, great.
I had lunch with the media team and Dr. Young on Thursday. You were there.
I was
and
there.
Yeah, that was really exciting to see. Just the level of professionalism that we're reaching. That is like cutting edge. Something we can be truly proud of. Not just like we've always been like internally solid but externally poor, but I feel like we're getting to the place where we're internally solid and externally superb, and really excited to get to that point. And also, you've been a godsend, Yoshie. I knew you could do it, but my biggest burden over the past 4 months was the heavenly goal of reaching 144,000 registrants. And I lost many a nights of sleep on that issue alone. But when we came up with the idea of reaching that goal through social media, I knew it was possible, but we just haven't done it like seriously before. So there was always this kind of worry. But the fact that we're able to reach those numbers through social media in like a couple weekends is just like mind-boggling and truly liberating, because then we don't have to chase numbers anymore. I feel like they can flow, and then we can focus on the core work that needs to be done. So it's truly liberating to be able to see that.
Right. Well, I guess for those of you, cart before the horse just a little bit, but yes. So we talked about it on Tea with the President last week that TikTok was blowing up. the Instagram Reels. So if you want a little bit of a crash course in what was happening on TikTok last weekend, you can go watch last week's Tea with the President. But in addition to the social media sub-regional trainings that I've been doing, we've been holding calls with more like young people who already know how to use social media, and kind of trying to create some young creative energy towards like how we can promote the blessing on social media ourselves. And from those meetings, first it started with Instagram Reels, and then Instagram Reels and TikTok is pretty much the same thing. So I uploaded them onto TikTok and they just took off. And well, did I text you yesterday that basically from TikTok and Instagram Reels alone, we have crossed over that like introducing the blessing to 144,000 people threshold. Like we've had more than 144,000 people watch these TikTok videos. So,
and that was like, what, 6 reels?
I think, four of them on
4 reels. Yeah.
On
and these are like
TikTok,
literally like 6 to 10 second videos.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is. I mean, I've told this to a couple of people, but have you had the experience of like crushing out when you fundraise? And you're doing exactly the same thing as you normally do, but somehow what you're reeling in is so different from what's normal. That's the way I felt like this whole last week was just like this is what the number is like doubling overnight. Like anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But that's the future, and I feel like it's really promising to see that. And then we just need to start connecting the dots. Those who respond to that, introduce them to the intro to the blessing, to education programs, yada yada yada. And I can see that totally starting to flow. So very excited about that.
And I mean, for me personally, I was happy that we communications and media could meet with Dr. Young, because I think we came in the day before for a meeting and you weren't there. And I think Nancy and I both realized, or maybe Nancy realized, that Dr. Young came in at such an unusual time, like in the middle of coronavirus, and when he was introduced to the team, it was all through Zoom, and like he never really got an introduction to like what the communications team does. So we talked about 144,000 campaign and all of that, but and the new website, which is beautiful and just came out. But also she kind of prefaced it with like, this is what our team does, and and it was really necessary, I think. And so I was just glad to have been able to go into the office twice last week.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
So that was hopeful. And then I started coaching Crescentia this week. So
wow.
That was something I felt like I wanted to provide for her, to support her. And it was great. I mean, it's been a while since doing an official like full hour-long session, but I felt like it did a lot for her. And for me, impact is one of my greatest values, and that I get a lot of energy from. So Yeah, it was just a powerful session, and I'm just thinking like, how can I scale this? That's my question, because if I can provide that level of impact to a key leader, how can I provide that for more people? That's kind
Right.
of what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about right now. But that was a
Oh,
great session. And then we had a data meeting with Reverend Rendell. A long time in the making. It's not quite there. I would say we're about 80% there, but in a few more tweaks, and I feel like we get to this point where all the data that we're trying to track, it's going to be not through reports, but through people putting in information into systems, and then the report is generated by the system. So we're almost there, but on our key like 5 areas of focus, we have the metrics clear. We just need people to start using the system, and then
yeah.
we don't have to ask for reports anymore. It's just we can see the real-time data based on people inputting the data in the field.
Mhm.
So that's something I was really excited about developing. And then a couple more things. Let's see, we had an Ocean Tribe meeting this Saturday. We're reorganizing Ocean Tribe from a national program to sub-regional on the east and the west coast. So we have a new staff member, Minobu Sato, who is kind of stepping up with coordination in sub-region 1. And yeah, it's looking very hopeful with Ocean Tribe there. And besides that, we had a couple activation meetings, so region 2 and 3, and it looks like everyone is, getting excited about the preparing for December. So
Goodness.
and that's just the top things that happened
Oh
this week.
my.
Yeah.
No wonder you worked, what, 73 hours?
Yeah, but it was
If
an
these were all
exciting
like me
70.
excited. Exactly.
Yeah, it was an exciting 70. So it wasn't like a dragging 80, it was
Right. Wow. Yeah. 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 This December event's going to be great, amazing, exciting.
I'm telling you, this is going to blow people away in December, and even international headquarters is going to be like, what is going on? Europe is going to be super excited, and then yeah, I'm just a little worried they might steal our media and communications team. So but it's gonna be good.
Wow. Great. Okay. So let's talk about Sunday service a little bit.
Okay.
This Sunday you talked about prisons.
Yes, prisons.
What is a prison that you have felt like you have been in your life? And how did you overcome it or get
Prison
out
in
of
my
it?
life. Well, actually, I have a confession, Yoshie.
Okay.
No.
Oh boy.
No,
I'm
I
here for
haven't.
the tea.
No, I haven't been to prison, but
Not a physical one.
not a physical
Not
one.
a literal one.
Although my high school was known as the brick prison, so maybe that can count. It's because my high school was in a building that used to be a castle, so it was literally like a red brick with like window slits like that thin.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was a Hunter College High School in New York City, Upper East Side.
Wow.
Yeah, prisons. Well, the one that like jumps out at me was when I was working as the CART president. I think one of the prisons was actually, that was a culmination because I worked in ministry for a while, and I just felt like there was a very strong ceiling when it came to income opportunities. And and that was kind of a prison where I felt like I can't do anything. Like I'm stuck because I want to work in ministry. I feel called to it, but they just can't pay me as much as I want to be paid. And they're just like,
Yeah.
um, and it was very frustrating because I was I was normally through talent production results that usually drives, income as well. But for the nonprofit realm, there's still a cap based on payroll equity across the board within the organization, what they
Mhm.
can actually pay. So, yeah, that was a kind of yeah, I felt really stuck there. But I think, yeah, some creativity, innovation, and persistence. That's when I explored and discovered coaching. I created a whole
Mm,
side business, earned additional income on my own,
right.
and no longer, had to depend on the nonprofit side to provide more income. But I was
Right.
able to find another way to do that. So that's just one example of a prison break, I guess, that I experienced.
And I mean, not only that, like you just mentioned earlier, that this is the thing that gives you so much like joy and energy. It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was also kind of because I've dabbled in MLMs before. I've done
yeah,
many different things, side gigs and side hustles, but the difference with the coaching was it truly fit like my personality, strengths, passions, and so I enjoyed doing it, and I can do it well, and it paid well. So it
yeah,
was like a match made in heaven. Of course, until I became president and had no more time to delve
yeah,
in coaching. But
yeah. Let's see. Okay, so going through some of the comments, we have a lot of people asking about social media. Um, Marion wants to know, when am I training Subregion 1? I believe next Saturday. I have to confirm with Fred.
okay.
And then Susan says she missed the Subregion 2 training. So maybe the
She can
best,
join one of the others if she asks
yeah,
the right person. Yeah.
yeah. Who for Subregion 1 would be Fred.
Yeah. Or the Subdivision 2 is probably recorded, so she can
Oh,
also
that's
get the
true. That's
recording.
true. It was recorded. I can confirm that. So then you can email Arian Kaufman. Gregory says the website is awesome. Great job, whoever headed that up.
It was Nancy Jubb and Sungmi
Or.
Orr.
Yeah, I think Sungmi really was the driver on that. And she's taking this week off, a much deserved vacation.
Yeah, deservedly so.
Jennifer says my high school was across the street from the prison.
You're at high school, really? Interesting.
And then she says thank you for working on CARP with us, or for us.
Yeah, carp. My goodness.
Okay. So what are you looking forward to in this next week?
Great question. What am I looking forward to? Well, in my new schedule, I have Wednesday afternoons and Wednesday and Sunday afternoons off. So, yeah, last Wednesday I was able to, well, I didn't mention it, but I was able to take time to organize myself a little bit, set up a doctor's appointment, that kind of stuff. So this Wednesday also I'm hoping to catch up on some personal things. So it's just liberating to know I have a time block for myself. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. And catching up on, oh yeah, that's another thing I did. I didn't mention that, but anyway, for a long time I wasn't dealing with the business side. I had to close down the business and stuff, but there are certain things that are still left undone. And so last week my business bank account was overdrawn. So it was like monthly fees through like Gmail accounts and Zoom accounts. So anyway, I took some time last week to close down, Zoom accounts and some Gmail accounts. So it's in a better space now, but just having a time every week to kind of clean up and work on personal responsibilities, I guess, is quite liberating. So a little bit more to clean up this week, but yeah, that's one thing I'm looking forward to.
Great. Well, I wish you a very productive Wednesday.
Yes. My one afternoon to myself.
Yeah. Well, yes. I think that kind of takes us to exactly half an hour, and we're out of time for the day. So thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for fitting us in, President Naokimi.
Yes, thanks for always hosting, Yoshie, even if you're traveling and
yes.
You look very glamorous today.
Oh,
so.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's always nice to have makeup that I had on during the day left over for tea with the president. Yeah. Yeah, and we will see you all again next week. Yeah, thanks for joining
All right, see you everyone. Have a good night, and yeah, blessed week. See you next time.
God bless you. Bye.
Bye.